Not a game. We talking about practice.
Now it's time for the takeover.
Buckle up for Kobe! Kobe Bryant just sucked the gravity out of the target center.
Not the game. We talking about practice, man.
The third strike play. Dodgers have won it all in 2020. Oh, what a shot from Curry! Diggs! Sideline! Touchdown!
The return to glory.
Now it's time for the takeover.
Well, Dak, here's the deal. I'm the best there is, plain and simple. I mean, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence. If you ain't first, you're last.
With your host, Ryan Sieckert, episode 122. We are back. It's another Tuesday night here in Boise, Idaho. And I'm going to dive right in. I got the boy to my right, Keaton Davis. I know the setup looks a little different. We got three very special guests, but we'll get to them in just 1 second. And then, of course, got to shout out the man behind the camera that makes it all happen, Ryland Dawson. How we doing?
No mic tonight. So.
Oh, yeah. Okay. He's doing good for everyone that can't hear it. I know I'm used to him having a mic. It's so funny.
I do want the soundboard idea. You know,
isn't that good?
Yes.
Yeah, you just got to get sound bites of him, and then he just pushes the buttons and everything. But, okay, here we go. Episode 122. Don't know if you guys saw the title or not. We got three special guests in the studio. We can shoot to them now. We got Zack Tyree. We got the men's soccer team. And then we got Nick Coldiron in the middle. Hey, Nick. And then we got Daniel Boors. Nailed that. All right. We'll start with Zack. Tell us about yourself, man. Yeah, how you feeling? Welcome to the show.
Yeah, I'm excited. Thanks for having us. This is a super cool opportunity for the team to try to get some PR out there.
Yeah.
A little bit about myself. My name is Zack Tyree from Missoula, Montana, senior at Boise State. I'm studying kinesiology with an emphasis in exercise science. It's fun, but it's challenging. That biochem, organic chem, not so fun. But the goal is I want to be a pediatric physician assistant. I just really love working with kids, so that's kind of a long-term goal. And then I've been on the team since freshman year, so one of the old heads for sure.
So are you a senior?
Yeah.
Okay, so all 4 years.
Yeah, all 4 years in the team.
Okay, nice. Nick, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, welcome to the show.
Yeah,
how are things?
Appreciate it. I'm doing well. Things are going well. I'm a sophomore. This is my 4th season on the team.
Mm-hmm.
I'm studying physics, emphasis in astrophysics.
Dude. All right.
Yeah.
A lot on this plate.
Yeah. I'm from San Jose, California. I just got a new puppy.
Really? What kind?
Border Collie. She's 10 months old.
Aw.
What's her name?
Kizzy.
Kizzy.
Yeah, that was the name she had when I got her, and we just decided to keep it. But yeah.
Does it fit the personality?
Yeah.
I mean, I can't
she's
think of a Kizzy before, but
no, I've never met a
That's-
Kizzy.
yeah.
Either, but
you know,
she's
I mean,
That's
that's
a
an
good point.
important part of a dog.
Yeah, he threw that name out there. I'm like, you know what? That's unique.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely unique. Not something I would have personally chosen, but
Is she
Okay.
rambunctious or is she like more quieter? I mean,
She's-
at that puppy stage still.
yeah,
So.
she's definitely very energetic. She's pretty playful. She can get a little shy if she's meeting like new dogs, but like after like 10 minutes with them, she's like rambunctious. Yeah.
Did you spoil her with toys?
Yeah, me and my roommates.
Yeah, you got
When we,
to.
when we came back from Christmas, she just got a whole new load of toys and stuff. So yeah.
Oh, so she is spoiled. All right. Good for her. Good for her. Well, Nick, good to meet you, man. And then we got one last teammate, Daniel Boors. Hello. You got to hand him the mic there. I can't hear him.
Oh, sweet.
Let's go. Daniel,
What's up?
welcome to the podcast,
you,
man.
thank
How
you.
you doing?
Happy to be here.
Good.
Great. Let me talk about myself. I'm from Orange County, California. Right now I'm a junior, studying business admin. That's pretty much it.
Nice.
Yeah.
No pets.
No, not yet.
Not yet?
I low-key want a cat. I kind of want to get
A
one.
cat.
A
Yeah.
cat. What?
'Cause-
Cat guy.
Because, I don't know, I love dogs, but, like, in college, I just do not have time for a dog.
Cats take care of themselves, dude.
Exactly.
I
Just
think
kinda-
cats get too much hate.
they're
I
just
think
out-
they're awesome.
They're just there chilling. They're just doing their thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Like, if you're allergic to them, I get it. But, if you're not, it's like, don't hate.
It's easy.
Yeah.
You can leave for the weekend. They
Exactly.
take care of themselves.
And they love their alone time, or at least most of them.
Oh, yeah. You'll come back. There's like 3 dead mice on your patio. Yeah.
Casual.
Yeah. Fun surprises,
Either
too.
that or the whole entire room is torn apart. It's one or the other.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. Is any certain type of cat?
My roommate last year had a black cat. It was like a fully black cat. Had like a white spot in the middle, but I think it Siamese or something. It was a really chill cat.
Yeah.
That cat is what made me kind of want a cat.
Okay.
You know, maybe
Well,
I'm a
I can
cat
see this guy with like one of the hairless cats for sure.
Those are
Oh,
low-key
man.
kinda cool. I'm not gonna lie.
No
those are
way.
sick.
No shot.
They,
They
kinda-
look like Dobby the elf, bro.
They look like human genital. Let's just say that.
Human genital. But awesome, guys. Yeah, and then the main question here too. I know you guys are from all over. Sounds like, but why Boise State? Anyone can go. Yeah, don't have to follow the same order.
Nick, you take it.
I can go first.
Let's go,
Yeah,
Nick.
so actually, when I was like a junior in high school, Boise wasn't even on my radar. Then COVID hit, and I wasn't able to tour any schools. So I
Okay.
was kind of like, I applied to just a bunch of colleges just because I had no idea of what I really wanted. But then one of my friends, he's actually on the soccer team, Alex, his roommate, he's a year older than me.
Shout
He
out
was already
Alex.
here. He loved it. He was like, you gotta apply, you gotta come check it out, at least come visit.
Nice.
Like, all right, like.
Did you visit before you came to Boise?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
So I visited my roommate now, I actually knew him from back home. Him and his dad had planned a weekend to come out and visit here. And they're like, hey, you can come with us if you want. And I was free that weekend, so I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? Like, let me go check this place out. And Alex showed me around a bit, and I just loved it. Like,
What
It
was the first thing that like caught your attention that like
the
you're like, oh,
mountains.
the mountains?
Really?
I like
Okay.
snowboarding a lot, and it was like I came in February, so it was all snowy up on the mountains. I'm like,
Yep.
it's 45 minutes away. I can go after classes. Like,
Yeah.
that's sick.
Did that sell it? Was the mountains just the seller?
That wasn't. I mean, that was one thing.
Mhm.
I like the city too. I don't know. I could never see myself living in like a big city, but like Boise's kind of small, and I feel like it's a good fit for me. And also the campus. It's not too big. I don't think I wouldn't like a big school.
Mhm.
Like Boise's got a lot of students, but I feel like it still feels kind of smaller than it is. So that's what I like about it.
Yeah, schools that that take up big areas that take an hour to get from one end to the other because you're either running into people or you got to cross traffic or I don't think I can. I will agree with you on that. That's one thing about Boise State that you could get from the football field to Capitol in like
Yeah.
10 minutes
Yeah.
on the greenbelt.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which is nice.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like 15 minutes across campus. I had a buddy, he was telling his friends at Michigan, and obviously, like, it snows there, and it's like 40 minutes across campus. So, like, in Boise, obviously, it snows, but, it's
Right.
maybe 10 minutes to get from point A to point B to a
Mhm.
shelter. I can't imagine just doing that 40-minute hike while it's blizzarding.
Nah.
It's insane.
Did you know you were going to play soccer for us?
When I came.
Yeah.
Yeah, I reached out to Tanner. He was the old president, like the
Mhm.
summer before. And I was like asking him about it. I knew I wanted to continue playing soccer when I got to college, so yeah, it was kind of no-brainer for me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Zach, Daniel.
I mean, so for me, it was kind of different because, I mean, I really wanted, kind of like him, I wanted to change the scenery.
Mhm.
I was used to Orange County, California. I wanted to see something different. And right when, I applied to all those different schools, COVID hit, obviously. I
Oh,
didn't get to
jeez.
visit anything. You're lucky you got to visit because I didn't even get to. My first day in Boise was actually, the first day of school.
No way.
Yeah.
What?
I didn't get to visit or anything. It was just all or nothing.
That's a huge change in life.
It was
Just
like
a-
it
just
was
A
Immediately
blind
shocked.
register?
blind decision.
Let's
all,
go.
All the cards into this. I sent it and I was like, sure, I'll do it. It did take me a while to get adjusted to it, but I'm really glad I put myself in that situation because I made some cool friends. I met a lot of cool people. I also love how we get all 4 seasons here.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the best part because we get the river during the summer.
Yep.
And then love snowboarding during the winter. That's always a good thing. So.
What would you say your biggest challenge was
The biggest challenge.
before you came to Boise?
Let's see. Honestly, it was kind of just freshman year, COVID year. It was honestly meeting people. It was really hard to meet new people, especially because I wasn't even allowed to have my mask off or even have any guests allowed in the dorms. Not a single
Oh,
guest
that's
was allowed.
right.
Yeah, so it was just me and my roommates, and I wasn't allowed to really socialize with anyone else. So once sophomore year picked up, that's when I started actually meeting new people. That's when I joined the team actually. So freshman year, I didn't join the team, and I was having soccer withdrawals for real. I'd missed it so much, I couldn't wait to get back out there. And once I got back out there, it was just instinct. It was like I was meant to be there. It felt like.
So you know that you picked the right decision. Like when you look back,
Yeah.
before you came here, you
Yeah.
know you picked the right decision.
100%. And if you asked me that freshman year, I probably would have told you it was a bad decision. But I remember a lot of people telling me, give it a year and then you'll get adjusted to it. And that's what it
Nice.
took.
Did you have any other option? Like, did you want to go anyplace else?
I applied to like at least 15 different schools.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
My number one was actually SDSU. I really wanted to go there.
Same.
Didn't get into my number one.
That's a nice school.
It's
Yeah.
a nice school.
Yeah.
My older brother went there too, so I really wanted to join him. I love San Diego too, so I wanted to go there. I didn't get in, and I was like, all right, what are my next options? So
There you go.
yeah.
So, you said you had soccer withdrawals. Were you playing FIFA? How were you coping with those?
I was coping with basketball. So pick up,
2K?
not even 2K.
Okay.
Pick up basketball.
Pick up basketball.
Yeah, because
okay.
like even at night, it was so weird. I would get restless legs because I wasn't active enough. I was like used to having 4 practices a week my whole life,
Mm-hmm.
and so like all of a sudden I was working out a little too, but like not having all that cardio,
Right.
my legs didn't know what to do. They're like at night I couldn't sleep. It's like I felt like I had to do something. I had
Yeah.
to play some sort of sport, so I started playing pickup. Met some pretty cool guys. Like met a good group of guys. I was hooping at La Pointe, I think. Like, because the rec wasn't open yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
I
rec
think I
was-
know the exact basketball court you're talking
Yeah,
about.
it's
Is
the
it
one-
next to the Residence Inn Marriott? Kind
Yeah.
of tucked in?
It's the one with the parking garage, or it's on top of the parking garage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's where like all the big tailgates used to be before COVID.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
And they have like the turf kind of like,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that was a good spot for me to meet a lot of people, because I mean that was the only place I could, and so yeah.
Nice. Good on you, dude.
Thanks.
Yeah, way to stick it out.
Yeah.
Zach?
I just knew, being from Missoula, Montana, it's University of Montana, the Grizzlies there.
Mm-hmm.
And like my entire family's graduated from that school, which is a great school. But I just knew I needed to go somewhere where my house wasn't 15 minutes away. So like I couldn't go to mom for dinner, couldn't go to mom for laundry and all that stuff. And I actually used to play baseball. Like soccer wasn't my main sport. So
Okay.
junior year, I came down for a baseball camp with Coach Van Tol. It was a pitchers catchers camp, and just kind of was my first time in Boise. I was like, I know they got a college here. Kind of knew about it. And my dad was a wrestler growing up. And there's something about this wrestling community that's just super close. Like, you meet any wrestler from any time era, they're just, like, take you in under their arm. It's really cool.
Mm.
And they're actually just shutting down the wrestling program, like, when we showed up junior year, which probably would have been 2018. And my dad's like, let's go to the wrestling room. I'm like, Dad, no, like, that's weird. Like, I don't want to go. He's like, no, we're going. So we go, we find the wrestling room, and, like, the assistant wrestling coach for Boise State was there. And he goes, hey, I'm Zack Tyree. That's my dad's name. Like, I wrestled at Stanford, Northern Iowa. And like,
Dude, your dad was legit.
my dad took 4th in Olympic trials.
Dude, what?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Dude, we got to get your dad on.
He's got some stories for you.
Yeah.
The dog.
He's got
Yeah.
a dog in him.
You ever wrestle your dad?
Yeah. 8th grade year, 3 of my buddies tried taking him down. He took us all down with one hand. Like, the joke is I'll never be able to beat him until he's under the ground, like, straight up.
Jeez.
Yeah, but it's funny too because he's like 5'5", 5'6". Like he wrestled internationally at 112 pounds, so he was like a skinny dude.
Oh wow.
But anyways, the story, and they just bonded like wrestlers, and so I got a private tour of Boise State, and like I got to walk on the football field, got to go through all the facilities. Just the coach, I don't even remember his name. My dad, and myself. And I was like, this is the coolest thing in the world. And then I came back senior year for a visit, and just Boise's just so nice. Like, people are just so genuinely interested. If you're a college student, it's like if you're at Albertsons and they figure out you're a student, they're like, if you guys ever need a meal, like, you guys ever need anything, it's just that community aspect was just really cool.
Yeah.
And then I applied to the honors college, which was also a huge draw because of like scholarship money and stuff like that. And I was really trying to walk onto the baseball program because they just like got a D1 program when I was showing up my freshman year. So I didn't even plan on playing soccer initially, but I was just like, go to Boise State, try to walk on, and then I ended up at the soccer team.
What happened to the baseball team?
They
Cause-
played 17 games.
Yeah.
And then COVID hit.
Mm-hmm.
And then because it was like the first program, like the most recent program that Boise State funded, they had to cut it because they cut that and they cut
Swim
swim
team.
and dive,
Yeah.
which sucks.
It was crazy. The walkout, the walk-on tryout, there was a lot of dudes there. And right before the tryout starts, coach goes, we actually don't have any spots for anyone, but we just want to see like who's on campus if someone got hurt. So that kind of like ruined everyone's like morals going into the tryout because like you walk on spot, you're like, okay, like we're all fighting for at least
Right,
one
we have
spot.
a chance.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coach goes, yeah, we don't have any spots. We just want to see who's out there. Yeah, but Coach Van Tol's he's an awesome dude.
Okay.
So quick story. So Coach Van Tol was my coach when I was like 10 years old.
Oh, really?
So I played with
Wow.
his son Garrick Van Tol
Mm-hmm.
for the majority of like when we grew up, and Coach Van Tol was a huge mentor for me. And then when he coached the Hawks, and when Boise State wanted to get a baseball team, I was still in high school, and I knew that it was going to come, and I was super excited. And when they got it, it was, opening day, and I was so happy. And then, 17 games later, they had to cut it, and I hated it. It sucked.
Yeah, it was a bummer. What position did you play?
I was an outfielder.
Oh, okay.
So, but Coach Van Tol is one of the best humans I've ever
he's a
had
genuine.
in my life.
And funny story, at that catcher's trout, his daughter was super nice to me. Granted, she's a very attractive individual, but she was just like super nice. I mean,
I'm sure she sounds like a nice girl.
yeah, no, she was amazing.
Their
but-
family's incredible.
Yeah, they're just a super nice family. But like his daughter was in charge of like taking all like the names and like getting everyone registered, and she was just like super nice. I'm just like, I have no idea what's going on. She's like, you need to go here and here, and just like,
And you're like,
Can't take this guy.
I'm coming to this school. What's
Yeah.
going on to?
He's like, Boise is it.
Yeah, awesome guys. But now I kind of want to know about like the program too. The club soccer. So like, is there tryouts or do you just sign up? Like,
We have tryouts, but I mean, technically anyone can just come
Yeah.
out whenever.
Yeah,
We joined halfway through the season.
Yeah,
last year.
I joined halfway through the season last year. Me and Brady.
okay.
Why don't you guys tell us a little bit about, it's the Boise State clubs team, like what conference, who do you guys play? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we actually, I think we probably have the best conference in the entire like United States. We play no,
okay.
and I'm gonna back these claims up.
Okay,
So
okay, here we go.
It's kind of cool with being a club sport. Like there is a whole conference, and we get to go to the regionals, we get to go to nationals, and in our conference, so we play University of Utah, Utah State, Utah Valley, BYU, Weber State. Am I missing anyone else?
Wasn't Wazoo,
That
right?
sounds
No,
about
Wazoo.
right.
Those are just like
Out of
friendlies.
conference.
But BYU, in the last 5 years, they've won 4 of the national championships. Like, they've won it all. And they've won, I think, 21 national championships in the last 30 years. Like, they're legit. Like,
Dude, what?
Yeah, it's crazy because
They're a D1 program that just claims to be club, pretty much.
Do they have a D1 program as well?
no.
No.
Okay.
So they treat it like when we go and play there, like the whole entire it's a full grass stadium, like
Mhm.
a lot of people, a lot of attendance. It's packed.
Yeah.
Full student
Really?
section,
Well, yeah,
fully packed.
they get so they have a women's team, so similar to Boise
yeah.
State.
Yep.
And the men's team gets to practice on the women's. They get to use all their facilities, like everything. And we don't even get to practice on the women's field, which for obvious reasons, like we understand. But when we go play there, we're playing like on an actual Division I grass field. It's a lot of fun, but I mean they're legit.
So one of my questions was, is your favorite place to play? Would that be considerable the best place to play, in your opinion?
It's the best field to play, but
Best
I like
field.
playing Utah State the best.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why?
Okay.
Just because.
It's a good rivalry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good rivalry.
Yeah.
We
it's
always
a good
we always bump
competition.
heads with those guys.
Oh yeah, big time.
Do you guys like every other year? Do you rotate? Like this year you play Logan. Last year you played in Boise. Next year you played in. Do you alternate it?
We play them twice a season, so we
Okay.
go there once, they come here once.
Okay.
That's usually how it works.
Yeah, it kind of got messed up in the fall for whatever reason. We only had 4 home games and we played 18 games. Yeah, so it was kind of a bummer being a senior in like my last conference like season. Like what we had, I think we had like 8 seniors on the team, and to only have 4 home games was kind of a bummer. But yeah, typically it's like we go there once and then they come here once.
Were you guys playing other out of conference teams as well?
Yeah, we went to San Diego actually, so we
Okay.
got to play at SDSU, which I've never been to like the campus or anything like that, and all like the California teammates were excited to be there, and we
Home.
got yeah home pretty much. But I got to go to the SDSU Pike House, which was pretty fun, just like seeing another fraternity and like
Cool.
seeing their campus and stuff. Greek life there is different.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
but-
think Boise State students don't really realize how great Greek row is at other universities and colleges.
Yeah, I kind of like it though, because I feel like Greek life has such a stigma to it, and granted, it's reinforced in some ways. But I feel like at Boise State, you can be in a Greek organization and still have friends outside of that organization and not be like looked down upon. Because like you hear like the SEC schools, like you can only hang out with your fraternity, like you can't interact with the other fraternities, like you
Yeah,
can only
it's-
interact with certain sororities.
Yeah.
And I feel like I mean, we're also like able to interact with people who aren't in organizations, like with my teammates and stuff, and no one's like, "Oh, why are you hanging out with your team?" Like, it's not like looked down upon. So I think I like that aspect.
It's like
of it.
super political down there in the South. Yeah.
It's the South.
It's like football, fraternities. It's like all it's intense down
almost
there.
like a cult.
Oh, it was like cult. Yeah, like a
ritual.
religion. Like it's serious.
Yeah, but going back to how you're asking like the layout of the program, because that's kind of what we wanted to come on here and talk about.
Yeah, please tell us.
So we have our fall season, which is like conference play, and that's where you can go to regionals and nationals.
Nice.
And the spring season that we are in right now, it's just like friendly. It's just playing games and stuff.
Okay.
I mean, practice year round. Practices are pretty much 6 to 8, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday in the morning. So I know all the boys don't love getting up, but preseason starts, I think it's like August 13th, and we go for 2 weeks, 2 days, and we get right into it. And then anyone can join at any point. Obviously, we want guys to show up at the beginning of the season to get in shape and stuff. And then dues are $600, and you basically it's not pay to play because coach tries to play everyone, but he'll only suit up 18 for any given game, whether it's away or home. So I really like that aspect because I feel like it makes it competitive for practices and stuff.
How many guys are on your roster?
In the group chat, we got 43 right now.
Whoa.
But we
graduated and stuff.
Yeah,
so
we got to do some cleansing of that. But I think we got like a consistent 25 probably.
Yeah,
Okay, and let's say I'm a freshman, right? And I'm coming to Boise State. What's like one thing you would sell to me? Like why should I join this club? Like what's going to be the best thing about this club?
Family.
Yeah. 100%.
It's definitely a family. We turned it into one. I feel like
Nice.
anyone on the team I could talk to, which is like something that is kind of new. It wasn't something I had before I joined the team, and it was something I really lacked. It's sense of community. Like we're all together all the time. Same mindsets. We're all doing 2-a-days every single day of the week. So like it fills up our schedule. So.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say it keeps you out of trouble. I'm a very competitive person. I know my teammates can attest to that, but I feel like
too competitive.
Yeah, I've been working on it. I think the thing that they've helped me realize this last season and going into this season, they remind me why I played when I was 5. Yeah. Like it brings the joy of soccer into it because it's competitive in practice, and like we'll get at each other in practice sometimes, and sometimes the words are exchanged or pushing and shoving, but like once you cross those lines, like I'd say 9.9 out of 10 times it's family.
Good.
And it just reminds you why you play, because I think that's so important. When you start playing sports at a higher level, is you kind of forget why, and you lose the fun in it. I think we just have fun with each other.
I think those characteristics are important, especially when it comes to team or family aspect. Is that if you push a line, like your boy will check you, and it's safe, and you know that at the end of the day though you're still family. Mm-hmm. I think that's what makes like the best teams the greatest.
Yeah.
Because if you didn't have that, then it's just a bunch of bullshit between a bunch of dudes who think that they want to be the best on the team, and you get nowhere.
Yeah. Yeah, our team chemistry for soccer is super important. Like I don't know how much you guys like follow professional soccer, but if you look at some of the best teams, like they may not have the best players, but like their chemistry is by far the best. Like Argentina just won the World Cup, right? And I think you guys could probably argue they probably weren't the best team in the World Cup, but their chemistry and like how they all had one goal. They knew they wanted to get Messi. That
mindset.
Yeah, one mindset, one team, and like that's what made them win it.
Yep.
Because there's 11 guys on the field, so if anyone's on a different page, it just messes up the whole flow. When everyone's on the same page, then you can kind of move up together, kind of get it going. But when everyone's doing their own thing, it's just a mess.
Now, I kind of have a question. Change of gears here. So I try and follow professional soccer as best I can. I see there are so many different leagues, like La Liga, Premier League, and just all these leagues. So can you guys, like, for like a newer soccer fan, why are there like all these different leagues when it's still all like in Europe?
It's so, I don't know how to explain it. It's so like concentrated. Like there's so much good
It's like dense population of soccer clubs.
There's so much good soccer in Europe that there's a whole, like there has to be a whole league in Europe, and then there has to be a whole different league in Spain. Even the different countries, even the different leagues have different like kind of play styles. Like the Italian league is more geared towards like really good defending. That's what they're known for. That's their thing.
Okay.
And then there's like the Premier League where it's like really entertaining. Like there's always stuff going on, like a lot of offense. All the best players are there.
Okay.
And then you go to Spain and there's Messi and Ronaldo. You know what I'm
saying?
Right. It's a great rivalry going on there. everything, all the different leagues have something different to offer, and it's really cool to watch.
Okay. And are they all kind of like in the same tier, would you say? Or would you say like, okay.
I'd say for like someone that's first starting to watch soccer, and maybe you guys have a different opinion, but I'd say just start with one league that you really enjoy. So like for me, I just started watching the Premier League, and then I started watching that for about consistently for a year. I was able to like pick my team and stuff, and then I was able to get an app. It's called like Footbo or whatever like that, and that gives you every single league, and then you're able to kind of check in. But I agree, it's like very overwhelming, like coming into it. Like there's so many leagues. Where do I start? So just choose a league that you want to start in, and I would say that the Premier League, because I think that's probably the best soccer.
I was gonna say definitely the Premier League, because that's like, I don't know how to explain it. That's definitely the most popular. Everyone talks about that.
Okay.
And like there's a lot like the top 5 teams of the Premier League are like really, really good.
Okay.
Except the other leagues, like it'll be like maybe 2 to 3 good teams. Premier League has like probably at least 5 or 6 that are at the very top level.
So just talent-wise, it's almost superior to all leagues in the world.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, I think the World Cup, I keep using an example, but it is really prevalent because it just happened. But a lot of players who are in those smaller leagues, when they play well in the World Cup, they get contracts to go play in the Premier League. So, like, a really good example, he wasn't in the World Cup, but Erling Haaland, he's the leading scorer for the Premier League right now. I think he has 25 goals right now.
Okay.
He played for Dortmund, which is a smaller German league, and he was, like, balling out, like, just killing it. And then he got signed to Manchester City, which is a huge contract, but now he's in the best conference, in a sense, best league.
Okay.
And he's leading the score. I think he has more goals than 7 Premier League teams right now or something like that. I just saw a stat.
Yeah.
Ooh.
He's outscoring whole entire teams. He's that good.
Young guy or older guy?
Young guy. I think he's 22, 23. Do you know him?
Okay.
Yeah. Him and Mbappe are
Dude,
the two.
Mbappe.
Mbappe was
that
fun to
guy is
watch
so
in the World
good.
Cup.
Yeah.
Everyone knows Mbappe now after the World Cup.
Oh yeah. I'm like, dude, who is this guy?
Yeah,
he's insane.
You guys should have seen the last World Cup. How old was he? What?
19. Was he 18?
I thought he was 18.
18 or 19.
18, 19. He's a teenager. He scored a hat trick. He scored 3 goals in the final of the World Cup.
That was in 18.
Yeah.
He didn't score a hat trick.
No.
He scored a goal.
He scored 2.
He scored 2 against Argentina, maybe.
He scored 2 against Argentina, then he had 1 goal against Croatia in the final in 2018, and then he had the hat trick in this World Cup.
And he got the golden boot.
Got the golden boot for this
And
one.
For people that don't know, what is the Golden Boot?
Top goal scorer for the tournament, the whole entire tournament.
FIFA World Cup?
Yeah.
Okay, who won it this year?
Mbappe.
There you have it, folks.
Yeah, there's actually a pretty interesting stat that they came with the World Cup. So, in 2014, Messi lost against Germany. He got the golden ball. And then in 2018, Modric for Croatia got the golden ball, and they lost to France. And then Mbappe got the golden boot, and they lost. So it's like almost saying it's like a curse to be the best player in the tournament for your team in the final.
So what's the golden ball?
What's the difference between the golden ball and the golden boot? I think the golden boot is goals and assists, and the golden ball is
goals.
I think.
I thought golden ball was just MVP of the tournament, basically.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I thought too.
And is that for all like big time soccer tournaments, or is that just specifically towards the World Cup?
World Cup.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry, I just had to ask that question because I'm like cycling through teams on FIFA, and I'm like, what? There's a whole nother league? I'm like, there's another league?
Yeah.
So, yeah, thank you for clarifying that. That makes a lot more sense. Yeah. And then there was one more question I kind of want to touch on with the program. You guys also wanted to mention stuff to the fans. Is there anything you want to like say to the fans coming up for the spring league, attendance-wise, or like certain game on the schedule?
What's the game to go to?
Yeah.
This year.
I'll pull up the schedule.
Ooh, here we go.
Any home game.
Any home game. I love it.
Come to all the home games.
And where do you guys play for people that don't know?
Lincoln, on the Lincoln turf field.
The Lincoln turf field off Lincoln.
It's for like more specific directions. It's on campus. It's right by the Lincoln parking garage, Lincoln Townhomes, and then it's right next to Sawtooth. And then like the sub is adjacent to that, so it's pretty hard to miss. It's like really the only like turf field on campus.
Yep, it's that crazy intersection with University and Lincoln. You got like the diagonal crosswalks they just put in.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wild.
Nick, what do you want to say to our fans? You're the captain. What do you want to say to them?
Captain Nick?
Yeah.
Fresh, new captain right here.
Congratulations, dude.
Thank you.
Did you have to get like initiated or something like that, or? voted for?
I had to give a team talk, team speech, I guess. I don't know. That was about it.
Okay. At the ceremony, in the group chat, how'd that
No,
work?
Just at practice one morning when
The ceremony.
After the cardio, everyone's dying on the floor.
Oh, yeah.
And Nick's like, all right, I have a speech.
Yeah. You guys know, is the left mean we're at
It says
at BSU?
Yeah.
Okay. I probably, like I said, I think the thing I want to say to the fans, like, all the games are free, and like, first off, we appreciate all the people who are coming, but for like just our friends and on campus, people stopping by, like, the games are free. You know, we want to put on a show for you guys. Nick's our leading goal scorer, so like, come watch him score.
Let's go.
I'd probably say the game that I would want everyone to show up to would probably be, March, BSU versus C of I, 03-18.
College of Idaho?
College of
Little
Idaho.
crosstown rivalry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all the way in Nampa.
Yeah.
We haven't played them, though.
I know,
yeah.
but I feel like that'd be a fun game for the fans to show up to because
Definitely.
that's legit competition. Like
Yeah.
they're an actual college team.
Yep.
I believe they're NAI, right?
Yes, they are.
Yeah, and they did really well in their conference this year. Do they play against NNU? Do you know?
I think they have I know that they're really big with basketball, so I
Mhm.
would think that they would play
Yeah.
in soccer as well.
Yeah, because we played NNU, and that game did not go very well.
That
But
was also our first game of the season last year when it was a bunch of new guys, new coach.
Yeah.
like,
No, my first game of the season last year was BYU.
oh geez, that's
In
tough.
in Provo or in Boise.
It was in Boise.
Okay.
Yeah. It was my first game. It was actually like I went to like 2 practices, I think, and then coach came up to me. He's like, "Hey, can you play defense?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm pretty good at defense." And he's like, "All right, cool. You're starting tomorrow." I was like, "Oh shit."
He's like, all right, it's good enough for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get out there.
Threw me in the deep end, I guess.
Sometimes that you just kind of have to though.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
100%.
when you succeed the most.
I surprised myself. I
You
actually-
figured out.
Yeah, I played
Yep.
really good that game. Defensively, I played really good, and I didn't think I could do that well. Honestly, I was like, dude, it's been 2 years since I've played. I didn't think I still had it, but it's just instinct. Once the game starts going, you don't really think about anything
It's
else.
just muscle memory.
100%.
yeah.
Yeah, he killed it. I'll just rattle off our home games real quick. So we
Let's
got
go.
February 25th against U of I, which will be a really good game. Got March 4th against WSU, which will be a really good game. March 18th against C of I, and then our next home game is May 20. Wait, fourth month is that May? I'm not good with months. April. Thank you. Yeah, I'm dyslexic, so just don't worry about it.
It's all good, man.
And that's gonna be the 29th against TVCC.
We
Yeah,
also might have a couple more.
yeah, we're just
still trying to schedule a couple
What
more.
what conference is U of I in? That's surprising that they're not in like.
they're club. They're like
You don't have
Okay.
to be in a conference.
Okay.
It might just be independent. Or
Okay.
no.
So that's normal.
Yeah, definitely.
Very cool.
Okay, sweet. I mean, did you have any more questions you want to touch on before
No,
we
I'm ready
get to our game?
these who here questions.
Okay, so we have a fun segment we want to ask the soccer players about, and it is honesty hour. So we got 3 people right here. We got Zach, Nick, and Daniel. And so we're going to rattle off questions, and then you have to answer our question, and the answer is going to be one of you 3 in the room. So you all have to come to a consensus on what player is the best at this, the worst at this, etc. Does that kind of make sense?
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Do you want to lead it off, or do you want me to go first?
You could go first.
Okay. So for the first question of Honesty Hour with the men's soccer team, we got who can pull off the best bicycle kick? And it's the captain.
That's easy. That's
Yeah.
an easy one.
Easy.
practices the
Is
most.
it as hard as it looks?
Yeah.
It's very hard.
Yeah.
Like
And
to
it's-
successfully pull it
To
off.
successfully do it, it's not that hard to make contact, but like you're not gonna
To
score
put
if
it
you
into
just
a
make
goal.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard.
It's
Do you
a-
land on your head or do you land like safely
kind
on
of-
your back?
You kind of land on like your arms and back. Yeah, you don't land on your head.
That's the thing about it. It's like a high risk, high reward.
Yeah.
It's
Because you're
like-
kinda
But
just
the
let's see-
adrenaline
let's see it
after you
right away.
score, you're like, oh yeah.
'Cause the
Yo, toss me a
focus-
pub beer. I'm like,
Yeah. The focus is that kick, but like once you actually kick the ball, it's like, oh, I have to get down now. I have to go. Or you just like fall down and hit
Yeah.
the floor. But
Okay.
yeah, but the hardest part's honestly just like directing the ball because you have to look away from it for a sec. You have to look away from the ball if you want to truly do it right. 'Cause
okay.
You're not looking at the ball necessarily the whole time. You have to have your back to it, and then you jump out and then do it. But
That's so impressive.
Have you two performed it as well?
Yeah, I've attempted.
Attempted?
Yeah, in practice.
In my mind.
Everyone attempts it.
Yeah.
But He's the one that does it consistently and tries to get good contact on it. He tries it in games too, which is always.
Have you scored on it?
Not in game, no.
No.
Oh, this spring.
Hey, shout out John. John scored a bike last
John
season.
Yeah?
scored one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
we did, and that was a great goal. That was a game winner, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, for the win too.
Yeah, like would last like 5 minutes of the game too.
Something like that.
Shout out John.
Shout out
John.
John.
Let's go.
He's back this year. We're excited to have him back.
Back,
I
yeah.
scored. It wasn't like a full bike, but I scored like a half bike in high school for a game winner. Like it hit my shins and it popped up, and I just kind of like fell back. It wasn't like a full flying kick, but
Okay.
I was in high school, so I took
We'll
it.
count it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll count it.
It was Montana soccer, so like I don't
There
know
you
what else
go.
you expect.
Count it. Yeah, that's
I
the
think-
home.
I think there was snow on the ground. Like
Yeah. All right, second question.
Our next question. So whose cleats smell the worst after a game?
Oh, that's so easy.
Me?
No, that's a girl.
What? When
I don't even know if it's his cleats. It might be his other body parts, but.
Wait, who? Zach or Nick?
No, Zach, dude. After the game.
Is it like that for real?
Yeah.
No wonder you don't give me a hug after a game.
It's like we won. It's like I know.
Let's
dude.
take a shower. Let's go take a shower and then celebrate.
Oh,
Bugs in the
it's those
shower.
wrestling jeans, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that hard work. It's that hard work.
I put in the minutes, man.
All right,
Man, I was not expecting that to be me. Wow.
that was good. Second question here. Between you three, who has collected the most yellow cards?
Zach.
Zach again.
Oh,
I'm
Zach.
gonna say Zach.
It's gotta
yeah.
be.
And what
Yeah.
was the worst one, and how did it happen?
I'd probably say the most embarrassing, like I was honestly like a life lesson, is I like cussed out one of my teammates like in front of the field at the very beginning of the season, and I felt like a dick. Like in the moment, I was just heated, and I like cussed him out.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone heard it. It was super embarrassing for me, and like I'm honestly glad it happened because it like taught me a really good lesson.
Let's go.
So it sucked in the moment. I know I lost a lot of trust with my teammates in that, so it kind of made the rest of the season tough. But yeah, it was pretty embarrassing.
Did you get a yellow card from that?
Yeah. I
Did
got
you
one.
really?
You got
Yeah.
a yellow card for talking to his
I was
own
about to.
teammate?
That was good. No, that was gonna be a follow-up question. I was like, damn. The ref was like, nah.
Yeah, no, it
Dude,
was.
I wouldn't
That's
let
how
that
out of
slide.
pocket. Ref was like, oh nope.
The ref said, me personally, I would not. let
Yeah.
that
Yeah, but
He's like,
it was a
I
good
got
learning
you,
lesson.
bro.
It was a good learning lesson for me though.
Have any of you gotten a red card?
I've never.
Oh,
okay.
His was bad
It
too.
was a
I
straight
remember
red
it.
too. It wasn't even so 2 yellows is a red,
Okay.
or if it's bad
Or
enough,
just the
it's
ref
a-
goes,
yeah.
straight to the
see
red.
ya.
It's like a double. I remember the play. We were on the sideline closest to the bleachers on our field, like the home field. And I don't think you got beat or something. I don't really know what you were thinking. And he like scissor kicked the dude. Like he took out his legs.
I mistimed. Let's just say,
Yeah.
I came in a little late.
Did you argue it at all?
Oh no, I shook the ref's hand. I shook the ref's hand and walked off.
I remember that you like shook his hand.
Yeah, and I was trying to be respectful. He was almost like in shock that he was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I'm just shaking your hand. Thank you for the game."
I've accepted defeat.
I was like,
Walk off.
I'm doing my thing. I'm gonna walk off. At least shake my hand. We had
Keaton?
Who eats the most on the road? Road trips. Who's
say
who's
you or me,
grubbing the
bro.
most?
Yeah, honestly,
you or me.
I eat a lot on the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, you always stock up.
I stock up because
that
I
one
get.
gas station.
We always stop at that one gas.
It's
Dude, that Subway's gone now.
I
huh?
know.
Our favorite Subway, that one stop in Burley, Idaho. We stop there every single away game. Last time we went, there was like a sign that said, "Oh, this Subway is gonna be closed for good." In like a week. And we were like, "No way, that's our pit stop."
Yeah.
It's like a good halfway point before you get to like
Exactly.
southern Utah. And
Yeah. There, I usually get a whole foot long before the game, and then we make another stop and I eat again before the game.
oh yeah, so he's definitely eating the most.
Definitely.
Would you guys eat before you guys played, like for your sports?
I don't think soccer, because you're running a lot in soccer. I think that would get to my head. What would you say? How much does a soccer player run in a game?
It's like
Too
average.
much.
Too much.
I think like the stat is like the average is 7 to 8 miles or like 5 to 7 miles.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah, I don't know
amount.
if I could eat a full like.
Nah.
meatball
What he's
footlong
doing, I
before.
can't do that.
I have to, honestly. I burn so many calories when I'm running. Like if I don't eat or have like enough food in me, I just will get so tired, maybe even nauseous.
I can't.
The adrenaline kicked in for me. My
Yeah.
appetite just goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't
don't
even
know,
drink
it's like-
Gatorade. Like before a game, I can't drink Gatorade. Like that's how like sensitive my stomach is before like running and stuff. It's weird.
I kind of feel that.
Yeah,
It's like the
yeah.
gag reflex kind of kick in. You're
No,
like,
it's like the sugar or something in it. It's just like I mean Gatorade's not the healthiest thing, but like
Yeah.
before a game, like I have to eat like 2 hours before a game.
So I'm the opposite. I can't eat after, like right after
Oh,
running
I'm
all
on
that.
before or
No
after, yeah.
chance.
Weird.
Really, no chance. Like we go to In-N-Out and it's In-N-Out. Like I'm from Cali, I love it, but like I'm just sitting there like, dude, I can't even eat right now. I can't even think about food right now.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Complete opposite for me.
Yeah, just a side
Yeah.
note. In-N-Out is overrated. I know that's gonna be a hot take, but In-N-Out is overrated.
Ryland with the point behind the camera. Don't know if you
I
can see it.
have to agree with that. I'm not from California at all, but like every time that we've gone for traveling, it's just everyone wants to go to In-N-Out, and I just don't get it.
Yeah.
It gets
It
in.
is price well. Like I'd say
Yeah,
it's
I
price well.
agree.
The shakes are good, but like
I'm gonna stay quiet because I'm outnumbered right now.
yeah, you should. But you gotta think like, especially coming from Montana, you're getting like buffalo burgers or like elk burgers, and then like you come
Yeah.
to Boise and you're on the road and like, oh, let's go to In-N-Out. I'm like, oh, I'm excited, and then
Mhm.
I have this burger. I'm like,
That's it.
yeah,
Boise's getting two.
yeah.
I don't know if you guys knew that.
Mhm.
I heard
Yeah.
about that. I did.
Look at us.
Thing is, for Californians and In-N-Out, it's like there's a bunch of nostalgia that comes with it.
Yeah.
It's just like for me, like after high school football games, our whole entire class was there, just like packed.
That
up.
was the
It was
spot.
the
Awesome.
spot to be. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, so are you admitting the food's not that good? It's just more than
Oh no,
nostalgia.
I never said the food's bad.
Oh,
The food's
okay.
great.
Okay.
I will say one thing: the fries could be
Fries
better.
are-
The
The
fries
fries
are kind
not
of
good.
but the burger's good. You just gotta get
Burger's
the
good.
right thing.
I think it's good. I think it gets way too much love. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Or too much. Everyone talks about it.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's priced well. I will agree with you there.
I'm not waiting 5 hours in line for it. though.
Exactly.
Now
That's the
that's
thing.
the take right there.
Yeah,
Um,
even I don't do that.
I've never understood.
the
Like when
lines
you
get
you see
long.
those videos, like new ones that open in spots that don't normally have it, and the line
Yeah.
is miles
Yeah.
long.
Dude,
Yeah.
can
Like
you
imagine you're you pull into the back of that line, you're like, I am so excited for a cheeseburger. That just could be me.
think about how busy the one in Boise is gonna be. Like the student population of Boise State is like
Dude.
80% Californian.
Right.
Like,
Dude, yeah, and the spots where it's going into, it's not going to be pretty.
where are they going in at?
The one's for sure going Eagle Road in Fairview,
The village.
in the
Yep,
village, right next to the Chick-fil-A.
Dang.
like-
Traffic's gonna be something.
And then I think the other one
If-
they talked about was the mall,
Yeah.
which again, that's just. I mean, those are the two most populated spots.
And if I'm in and out, I'm talking to Chick-fil-A. I'm like, how do you guys move your line like that?
yeah.
You know, yeah, they got to figure that out.
Those
They're just
workers
not
gonna be
open on Sunday. That's how
stressed.
they do it.
Yeah.
those dudes making minimum wage are gonna be stressed with that line.
Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah. Next question.
Yeah, sorry, side
Yeah.
tangent.
It was a good side note. Who's the fastest?
Yeah.
Really? So I'm yeah, no, without question. So I'm used to like 40 times like for football. So what's a clock time in soccer? Like is that field length or like
It's
how do
a
you guys
little-
measure that?
So soccer speed's a little different because there's a lot more side to side agility in it.
Okay.
A lot more cuts. But I'm pretty sure in high school I ran a 4.5, I think.
That's
pretty
fast.
So that was that's funny because that was senior year, and that was my first 40 ever, like literally the first try, first one ever. And then the track coach just happened to be there, and he saw me, and he's like, "Hey, you're joining the track team."
Yeah.
I was a senior already, and I was like, "Oh, it's kind of late. I'm a senior." He's like, "Nope."
Nope.
do
Here's a
it."
Subway gift card. Let's
Yep.
go. Yeah.
In-N-Out gift card.
Yeah, in and out.
gift card.
Yeah.
I did one race, and then COVID happened, and so I never ran
Dang.
again. But yeah,
So are you faster with food in your system?
You're really caught up on this,
Dude,
aren't
I
you?
am. I'm.
That's a good
It's
question.
insane.
That's a good question.
Don't you feel heavier?
I want to say
Yeah.
no, I'm not faster. If I have good, if I had time to digest, and maybe take a number 2, you know what I'm saying? Then I'm good. But
Okay.
if I were to eat eat and then just run right away, I wouldn't be as fast. Because when we
That's fair.
stop in like Idaho to eat or
You got
stop
the-
in Burley to eat, it's like 4 hours, 5 hours until we play. So it's a while.
Okay, gotcha. I don't know why I was thinking like you eat like an hour before the game. You
Yeah,
eat
no.
again.
He probably does. He's just not telling us.
Exactly. He's like, I'm getting shit on right now. I gotta keep it quiet.
So when you're slacking the games this season, we'll be like, man, he ate too much.
I got to take a shit at halftime, definitely.
So you guys talked about. So my next question was who scored the most goals, and we heard that earlier from Nick. So I guess we can just end with yours.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Wait, how many goals?
I forgot about
Yeah,
that.
How many goals have you scored?
I don't know.
A lot.
He had
I just
7.
Lost count. That's a good answer.
He had 7 last season. How many assists did you have?
6 or 7, I think.
Yeah, I think you and I were tied first for goal contributions because you had 7 goals, I had 6 goals, and then I had 6 assists. I think you had 5 assists.
So they count in soccer. They count assists with goals as well, or is it its own stat?
They're like I would break it down in 3 columns. You got your goals, your assists, and then you got goal contribution.
Okay.
So a goal contribution combines the 2, and then a goal is a goal, and then an assist. Like by the book, I think it's within 3 dribbles. Like if you pass it and the person scores within 3 dribbles, is like what's given an assist.
Okay.
So it's kind of like hockey assist, right? Or like a basketball assist.
Basketball assist is better.
Yeah, basketball assist. So yeah,
It's
like
like 2 dribbles with
2
basketball.
dribbles, layup. Okay, that's an assist.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That's impressive. So in goal contribution, is that an assist?
So like
Or-
if I said so I'll just use my numbers because they posted about it. So I had 6 goals on the season. I had 6 assists. So then you
Okay.
would say I had 12 goal contributions on the season.
Okay. So
Does
you
that make
just
m-
so you just
Yeah.
add them together.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. That was really
Simple.
That was a lot easier than I thought. Yeah.
I was gonna say, just goals and assists.
Yeah.
He's gonna be the biggest soccer fan after we leave here tonight.
He knows it all.
I'm gonna be opening up the bars with my Chelsea jersey. You know, like, let's go.
Don't choose Chelsea, man. They're not doing well.
Really? Well, we chose Chelsea. We got to change the team then. All right, Kyle and Stotts, we got to get a new team. We were told, this dude at the bar, dude. I knew we shouldn't have listened to him, dude. He was
If
telling
at
us
a bar. He probably wasn't that reliable.
it was during the World Cup. I'm like, hey man, like we're trying to find a team who to root for, and I think he was from England. So I'm like, oh, this is the guy. This is the guy. And he's like, yeah, no, I think like I'm not gonna do an accent. He's like, yeah, I think Chelsea, like that's the team. Like they're young, up and coming. They're a good club. This son of a dude.
He definitely just told you that because you're American.
he's probably like, this idiot. Watch.
He's definitely a Man City fan.
No, he's definitely a Chelsea fan. He probably said that.
I was gonna say he's probably just a meat writer, Chelsea fan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like, now he has to suffer with me.
Yeah. We got another.
We got him, boys.
We started with Arsenal though.
Oh, Arsenal's the first in the league.
I was gonna say Arsenal's a good one to support. Except if you were to start supporting them now, it's a little bit of a bandwagon because right now they're top of the league.
I lied. It was the Nottingham Spurs. Is what the team we started with, and then we were like, "Oh, Arsenal's really good. Should we hop on that bandwagon?" How's the Spurs?
No one really supports. No one really.
They seem, dude. They seem so poverty. I'm like, I've never heard of this team.
I mean, and they're not even that bad.
Yeah.
But, like, no one really is a Spurs fan. It's just, you don't really see that often.
You don't hear. I'm a Spurs fan. With anyone.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like-
San Antonio,
Yeah,
Tim
'cause-
Duncan. I love those guys.
It's like, dude, you
no.
can pick any team. Why
Yeah.
like, there's no reason that the Spurs stand out. They're kind of just there. You know what I'm saying?
I would
Okay.
say for like, because I do this is how I pick teams for sport. I find a player that I like. So like, granted, FIFA, like, who's your go-to guy?
Oh, dude. Okay, so and it was Messi, dude. I've always been a big Messi fan. I was rooting for Argentina. I always liked FC Barcelona.
That's my team.
PK. And then there was a few other guys I can't remember. Neymar was there. FIFA 14, best FIFA ever.
Xavi, Iniesta, all those guys.
Yeah,
He's
dude. Yeah,
one of the
those.
greatest teams ever, right there. Actually.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah. I was like, this team's really fun to play with.
Uh-huh.
And so one of the my favorite FIFA game, the only FIFA game I ever bought actually. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And I was like, yeah, FC Barcelona.
That's a good one.
Yeah, Barcelona's doing well. If you want to support Messi still, he's on PSG, and they got Mbappe and Neymar. That's their front 3.
So I heard about that. Is there like a salary cap or like some like
No.
thing to prevent that, or it's like whoever wants to pay that?
So, it's basically just the billionaires that own the clubs.
Right.
They just like a lot of them are just like oil billionaires, and they'll just buy players on top of players and top of players. The thing is, like Man City's like that now, and then that's why they get like less. They get less support when they're like that. Like support soccer fans want to see a team that's built, not made. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's why Arsenal is really cool right now, because it's just a bunch of young guys that aren't that expensive, but they're working together really well, and now they're at the top of the league, which is cool. Because Man City has how many million?
Yeah, their cap is
Just spending way too much money.
Spending on spending, and they're still losing, which is kind of funny.
It's not.
But,
It's not like football where there's like a cap salary.
Right.
Or basketball.
Do you guys wish there was?
I kind of do.
Yeah, I think it does saturate the sport a little bit. I mean, because if you look at Ronaldo's latest contract for that Saudi Arabian team, he's getting like what, 230 million or something like that, and then
A year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
No
my
way,
God.
dude. That's how much. Dude, what?
That's like
230 million
they're
a year.
offering Messi's contract was I think 400 million.
Yeah.
That's like how much like an American sport would sign their whole deal.
Yeah, their whole deal.
Like 8-year, 400 million,
Mhm.
9-year, 400 million. But
Yeah.
for 1 year,
Yeah. He's making like $6,000 a second or something like that.
that's insane.
Yeah. So that's kind of like it saturates the sport a little bit. So I agree with you guys that if they did have a cap, it'd be fascinating to see how the Premier League would do if they had that cap. Like what teams would actually do well.
Do you think it would balance like competitiveness?
It would, but at the same time, like right now, or at least the way it's been for like a while, is like there's like 4 or 5 teams that usually compete for the title, and those are like the 4 or 5 teams that people support.
Okay.
If there's no cap range, it could be anyone, huh?
Yeah.
It could really be anyone.
I think the one thing that American sports should pick up that the Premier League does, it's called relegation. So there's 16 teams in the Premier League, right?
Something like that.
So we'll just say 16. I mean, granted, I'm not the biggest soccer fan. And the bottom 4 teams get sent down a division. And then the top 2 teams from the lower divisions, they play in a championship and they get promoted. So you guys ever watch Ted Lasso?
I started it, haven't finished it. It's
Okay,
actually a good show.
It is a good show, but like it does a really good job explaining like how relegation and promotion works.
Okay.
The premise is, so like if you looked at the Browns, right, the Cleveland Browns,
Mhm.
they would have got sent down to say whatever
The SEC.
Yeah, the SEC.
And Georgia would be
exactly
replacing them.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
think that's just kind of a cool like competition type thing. Like
That takes away tanking too.
yeah, so like you can't
There you
tank for
go.
the
Yeah,
first
if you
draft.
suck,
That's a great
you're
point.
gonna be penalized for it.
Yeah.
Instead of getting the first round draft
Right.
pick, which I also think screws over the player too. Like,
Oh, totally.
think about how many good guys out of the college football got sent to the Browns. Or
You
the
just
Jets.
win the Heisman Trophy, and
Yeah.
now you have to go play in Cleveland.
When in Ohio.
Yeah, that's brutal. But hey, speaking of NFL, AFC and NFC Championship coming this weekend. Highly anticipated. We got Eagles, Niners, and then the Chiefs and Bengals again. I know you guys are big football guys. Daniel, is this your
Not a
time to
huge-
shine, or
Hey, who's playing this weekend?
I just said it.
I want to say it's the Bengals and the Niners.
Yes, not against each other. So there's 2 more teams.
Chiefs and what's it called? Give me a sec. Yeah, like,
No. You can get this bird mascot.
Is it the Eagles?
Hey,
Yeah.
there you go.
Let's go. I knew that the whole
Round of
time.
applause for Daniel.
Now can
It was
you
just
name
a
the quarterbacks for the teams?
Well, we got Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
I forgot the 49ers, but I know he's that rookie guy, and he's doing good.
We'll count it.
Count that.
Big cock rock.
We got.
I don't think I've heard that yet, but I love it.
Yeah, whatever.
You haven't heard that one?
I have not heard that.
We got Joe Burrow, and Eagles.
Jalen
no clue.
Hurts.
Jalen Hurts.
Hurts.
He's a
Mhm.
dog.
Is he nice with it?
Yeah.
Dude, yeah.
I think-
Number 1 seed.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Huge leap.
Yep.
Yeah, huge leap his 3rd year in the league, dude.
I think Jalen Hurts is a great example of a true leader.
Yep.
Like I think a lot of people hated on him because he transferred to Oklahoma, but if you watch that game when Tua came in, he was the first player at every timeout to go talk to Tua.
Yep.
And I think you don't see that a lot nowadays because like a really good example is Spencer Rattler when Caleb Williams took over. He wasn't there. You didn't see him out there in the huddles with
No,
him.
he was so salty.
Yeah, and I mean it's understandable, but I
Right.
think
I get it.
People hate on Jalen Hurts for whatever reason, but I think he's a great example of a leader.
Dude, same. I'm all aboard. And he was my fantasy quarterback, so I mean, I'm
of
riding
course
with
you
I'm
are.
riding with that guy. Are you kidding me?
Who you who you taking then?
For this weekend?
Yeah.
For the game. So we'll start with the AFC rematch, Chiefs Bengals. I think the Chiefs get him this time. And I want the Bengals to win.
Bengals to win so bad.
I'm rooting for the Bengals, but dude, I feel like it's in Arrowhead again. I think Andy Reid and Mahomes are ready. And I think even without Tyreek Hill, I still think they can get it done. I think Eli Apple's about to get bullied.
He needs to be.
He deserves it.
Right.
He's
I love
going
the
to.
Bengals. I do not like Eli Apple.
Can't
just
stand that
runs
guy.
his mouth.
He cost him the Super Bowl last year.
Yeah, literally.
I heard Mahomes tweaked his ankle out on the last game.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
High ankle sprain.
Are you kidding me?
Not a fan.
My roommate's a Niners fan, so
He's actually. My sources say he's got.
yeah, I'm just picking bits and pieces out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know
think
one thing's for sure: a high ankle sprain is hard to come back from.
It is, especially when you're playing quarterback.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
standing on that ankle in the pocket and trying to, with Mahomes evading as much as he can
Mhm.
and as much as he wants to, especially against Cincinnati's D line.
Mhm.
That's going to be a huge thing to like watch out for this weekend.
I still think he gets it done.
I Cincinnati's Joe Burrow's 3-0 against Kansas City, correct?
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay.
It's hard to beat a team 4 times.
I'm taking the Bengals.
See, I want to take the Bengals too.
Take the Bengals.
I'm going to
please.
take the Bengals.
Take the Bengals. Let's go.
I'm taking Joe Burrow all the way.
I think the Bengals can win the Super Bowl.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think so, too.
I love Joe Burrow too. I think
Love that guy.
he's like the
Yeah.
perfect combination of humble
And cocky.
Yep.
Yep.
Like
And
Like,
that's hard.
He
to
has
find.
it.
You can't
you know.
dislike him.
No, absolutely
unless
not.
Unless you're in Baltimore, you can't dislike him.
Exactly. Yeah.
Did you see what he said after the game? He said, "Better send those refunds." Like the man just comes up with like
Yeah.
the most iconic lines.
Yeah. I think the video of him after the 2021 national championship, after they beat Alabama,
Wasn't that 2019?
was it 19?
19 against
Yeah.
Clemson.
Okay, yes, of him smoking the cigar will
Yeah.
forever
So
be one of
cool.
the coldest clips of all time.
Of all
I've seen
time.
that video.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see
Yeah, of all time.
Did you see in the
Dude, his walkout too.
yeah.
his
Yeah.
outfits.
his outfits? His
He
The
wears
glasses.
Cartier
The
glasses.
glasses.
Dude,
Cartiers, yeah, I was gonna
what?
say.
Yeah, dude's a dog.
I was looking like
He has a
He's
360.
good at gaming.
Is he
Yeah,
really?
Very good at gaming.
Oh, the 360 pass.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You
That's,
said 360 no scope. I'm like, why throwing knife? Like what? I'm like, where is this dude? Does he have a Twitch account? But no, I love the Bengals. I love Jamar Chase. I mean, as a Saints fan, you got Trey Hendrickson, Von Bell on defense. Like I'm huge fans of those guys. Like I want them to win. I don't know what it is. Something tells me the Chiefs are coming, dude. Like I think
yeah.
I don't know. And even with that ankle sprain, you could see how bad Mahomes didn't want to go out.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
And he
He
still
came
won.
back. He came back in, didn't he?
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
forced him into the locker room. I
Mhm.
think Andy Reid said, "If you don't go in the locker room, you're not playing." So.
And he goes, fine.
yeah.
Throws a fit.
Andy Reid's a phenomenal football coach.
But
though.
he's a
Phenomenal.
great
I think
coach.
it's going to be a great game. I think it's going to be a lot better of a game than the Niners. And the
I just want to
Eagles.
shoot out.
Yep.
I want to shoot out.
Same.
Yeah. Who are you guys picking for NFC?
Eagles. I hate the Niners.
I hate the Niners.
Really?
I hate Niner fans, to be honest.
Okay,
Yeah.
and that's totally
I'm
understandable.
from the Bay Area, and I'm a Packers fan. And the Niners.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm not gonna
man.
lie. I'm not gonna lie. The Niners own the Packers in Levi. So
Yeah.
every time.
And in Lambeau, I'm sorry.
Hey, relax. But yeah, every time the Niners beat
You
the
can't even
Packers,
hear it,
It's
too.
ad-libs now.
I get so much shit, and I just hate Niners fans, especially Alex.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm okay with either whoever wins this game. Like I want Cincinnati. I'd be okay with San Fran. I'd want Cincinnati. I'd be okay with Philly. But I do think that I know 2 weeks ago I talked about how Philadelphia was going to suffer from the 1 seed. You know, they were going to lose their
Right.
their trek.
Momentum. Yeah.
And I do think now that they've got these last week under their belt, I
Mhm.
think that they're Jalen Hurts is.
Dude,
Like,
they
gonna
looked
prove a
good
point.
against the Giants.
It was the
They-
Giants, though.
It was the Giants, yes.
I give them props because it's a divisional opponent. But yeah, the Giants really aren't that great.
Plus, playing in Philly, I talked about that last. It is hard to play in
Yeah.
Philly.
Those fans are ruthless.
When they won with Nick Foles, there's like reports of fans eating horse shit, like celebrating. Like
They are gnarly people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw a tweet and it was like, Philadelphia infrastructure
No, yeah.
cannot handle if the
Yeah.
Philadelphia fans.
They're burning that
Just-
place
just
down,
because
Yeah.
they won the
win or
Super
loss
Bowl.
this weekend.
100%.
Yeah, for real.
Regardless.
They did that at
It doesn't matter.
celebration.
Yeah.
Who wins a game and thinks let's just eat some shit now? It's the only thing to do now.
Hey, Philly's different, man.
I guess so.
Insane.
They must be.
It's going to be a very anticipated matchup because it's kind of like tug, pull, push, pull because Niners have the better head coach than the Eagles. Eagles got the better quarterback than the Niners. The defenses are probably best in the league, both of them.
Mhm.
Would you say? I'm trying to think of. I mean, the Niners for sure.
Niners definitely.
Philly's like right there.
Yeah.
They both run the ball very well. Probably the two best running teams in the league.
But the Eagles got Jordan Davis. He's the guy from Georgia. He's a dog.
He's a dog.
I saw a stat before he came on the team. The defense gave up an average of like 7.8 yards per carry.
Mhm.
After he joined defensive line, 3.2.
That is an insane drop off.
Like for the NFL, for one player. I mean, granted, I think he's 390, 6'6", and he ran a 4.9.
That's insane.
Like, could you?
That's
imagine
not
that?
supposed to happen.
It's like a
No.
grizzly bear running at you.
Yeah, literally.
390
That
should not
big.
move that fast.
Yeah, I'm surprised like someone else didn't take him. The
And I
Eagles were
think-
like, sure, we'll take him.
I think
guess.
I think
yeah.
Brock Purdy struggles with that more than Jalen Hurts would struggle with
Mhm.
I think that's
San
what it comes
Francisco's
down
D line.
to.
Yeah.
If Brock Purdy can perform.
Brock Purdy has
Yeah.
to play the best game he's ever played in his life.
He has to, especially in Philly.
In
and
Philly.
dude, but then Bosa's going after Hurts, and I'm like, dude, like, there's so many like cancellations on both
What's
sides.
the? Do you have the spread of this weekend
It's got to be like -1.
for both games?
Um,
Look at both. I would like to see.
we're gonna take a look here. Oh, Fresno State, Boise State score halftime 25-23. Fresno's
score.
winning.
Low
Oh,
score.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Rough.
You need an extra rest to have a 29. game.
So
Yeah. Another one.
49ers, Eagles, Phillies -2.5. Bengals, Chiefs, Cincinnati's -1.5.
Really?
Really?
That shocks me. Just right off the bat.
Wow.
I'm sure that the Mahomes ankle has a little bit of play in that.
Yeah.
It has to.
But in
100%.
Arrowhead, that's shocking.
But in
Mhm.
Arrowhead.
Vegas,
Vegas
knows.
knows.
Vegas knows something. Who do you guys want to see in the Super Bowl? Daniel, you can say your answer as well now that you know the final four teams.
I mean, I'm taking 49ers all the way because, I mean, I'm scared Alex will hurt me if I take anyone else. So.
I'll put money on that, bro. I do not like the Niners.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just there to
Okay.
support. I'm just-
I mean,
he's just there screaming at the TV. I'm like, yeah, what he said. Yeah.
Just the
Niners.
Niners?
Just the Niners.
All right.
Okay.
Who you taking, Nick?
Bengals, Eagles, and I want the Bengals to win it all.
that'd be a cool Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That'd be
It'd
really
it'd
sweet.
Be fun.
In my opinion, I think that'd be best case scenario.
Mhm.
I think that'd be sweet.
I think so.
I agree with the both of you. I really like Joe Burrow. I like how he's come back after his ACL. I love his Heisman speech. I think what he stands for.
Mm-hmm.
I love that like confidence, cocky attitude that he has, and I just love the connection that him and Jamar Chase have. Because I think it's cool because you got the 2019 team with Jamar and Joe Burrow, and then you got Jalen Hurts and Devontae Smith.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So,
pretty sweet.
yeah.
That's why I think that'd be so sick.
Yeah.
Super Bowl. Yeah, I still don't know who's gonna win the NFC Championship, dude.
It's gonna be close. It's gonna be a fun game.
It is. They're both gonna be a blast.
Do you see a high scoring game or mediocre, mostly defense?
I kind of see the Niners and Eagles being a little more low scoring.
Yeah.
I definitely like Arrowhead to be more of a shootout.
Yeah. It's always a shootout in Arrowhead,
Yeah.
especially
for
when
the championship too.
Especially when Brady was on the Patriots too. I remember those games in like 2015, 2016 when there was like 54, like 49. Those games,
Stupid points.
those are crazy.
Yeah.
Insane.
That Chiefs Rams game a couple
Mhm.
years back.
Yeah, that
That's
one.
that Monday night game.
Yeah, that
That's the
was
best
crazy.
game I've ever
Yeah,
seen.
50,
Still,
57-55. Kansas
yeah,
City.
something
Yeah.
like that. And there was like 3 defensive touchdowns. I'm like, dude, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Eagles.
Eagles.
Okay, we're gonna go to fan mail. All right. So let's see. I gotta pull it up here. You guys having fun so far?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Okay, good.
Um,
Good.
Keaton, who are you taking?
I Cincinnati.
Okay.
Cincinnati Philly would be an awesome Super Bowl, and I have Cincinnati. After what they did to Buffalo last week, they just they went into
A horrible
to Buffalo
game.
and just beat the shit out of them. They made Josh Allen look bad.
Mm-hmm.
They made Eli Apple look good.
Yeah.
Which,
That's
when
impressive.
that happens, that's impressive.
Yeah.
So I mean, same thing. Joe Burrow is the man.
Mm-hmm.
I loved him since
Yeah.
when he was at LSU, and I think that he will go into Arrowhead, and I think he'll take care of it
Steps
this
up in a
weekend.
big moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
All right. Let's get it. Okay, so fan mail, we got 9 questions. Wait. 9 questions, and 8 of them are from Brady Zacco.
We love you, Brady. Brady's watching right now.
Is he really?
Yeah, he is.
Okay, is he in the chat?
Yeah, he's like, do the fan mail.
Okay, I'm glad he stuck it out. Let's go, Brady. Okay, we'll start with all of yours. First one, who is Brady Zacco?
Brady is our center back.
Yeah.
He's a brick wall when it comes to defense. What, 6'5", 6'6"?
Just
Soccer
big, stocky
player. Yeah, you
dude.
don't really see soccer players that built, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He definitely wanted to be on this podcast, but I think he would have taken up too much of the couch. So
No matter what he tells you, he is a center back.
Yeah, he is a center back.
he claims to be a center mid, but
Center back.
he could play center back with his eyes closed.
Center back Brady.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the new nickname.
Yep.
Is Brady Zacco the new coach of the team?
Never.
I mean, you might as well. Might as well.
So
Why
did
not?
you guys lose your coach?
No.
No,
We had our
he's just Brady's just going on a little
Brady,
tangent.
Brady's just a goon. We had a new coach 2 seasons ago. So Mick Dulhanty took over the program two seasons ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You don't have to read all of Brady's questions.
No,
I think
this
we
this
have
is
to.
this is actually pretty important, and this will be good. Who is the best player, and why is it Brady Zacco?
So I was in the trainer with him today, and we came up with that one together.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, that would.
So is it Brady, or is it the captain, or is it?
If I had to pick, I'd pick Nick. I'd take Nick.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, Brady doesn't do that much. Sorry, Brady. No, just kidding.
Because he's a center
Yeah,
back.
'cause
No,
He's a back,
he's
yeah.
up there though. Brady,
Okay.
He does his
Definitely.
work.
You definitely got to get the ball to Nick. That's how you win a game.
Ball Nick.
Why is Brady Zacco the greatest player in program history?
I'm telling you, once he got this leg tattoo, man, he just switched up.
Is it a thigh tat?
Yeah, it's
Calf
a
tat?
thigh tat, man. He changed.
What is it?
It's Roman numerals of.
It's his. I think it's his family members' birthdays or.
Okay.
That's awesome.
They'll probably pop it up in the chat.
He's like, it's this, actually.
Yeah. Just throws in a last second question. Okay, this one's legit. Who is the most important player on the team?
That's a tough question.
That's a really tough question.
Thinking.
That question gets everything going. That's
Yeah.
about to spark an argument.
That's when everything's involved.
Yeah. I want to say there isn't ever going to be
Yeah.
one person, because if there was, then, no one person's ever bigger than the team. That's just not how it works.
Especially at
Unless-
this level.
Yeah.
Like we don't have like a Messi on the team. We don't have someone.
and even at professional levels, it doesn't work unless you're Lionel Messi or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. I mean, if you
Okay.
had to pick one person, I think you'd have to pick our goalie. Like
The most important.
in
Yeah.
terms of like keeping us in games sometimes, like, he may not have the best game sometimes, but when he's keeping us in, it's because, everything else broke down and he's the last line of defense and he saves us.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, there's also games where if we're playing really well, the goalie doesn't have to do anything. He can just
Yeah.
sit there.
True.
But
It's a tough question.
yeah, it's a tough question because
Yeah,
there's,
definitely.
like we said, there's 11 guys on the field. Every person plays an important role.
Right.
So if you take any one of those players out, everything's messed up.
After the season, it'll be me. Don't worry. Brady, why'd you have to tell him, man? It's supposed to be a secret.
I love that.
Can we just talk about Brady's been on this podcast this entire time in the chat?
We gotta bring Brady.
Has he said anything in the comments?
Oh, he's blowing it up.
Has anyone else said anything but Brady?
A couple people said, "What up, Keaton? Boat is the goat."
Yeah, they call me Boat, by the way.
Boat.
Yeah.
Okay. Why? Where'd that nickname come from?
Oh, so it's so random because people just came up with it here, but it's crazy to me because back home, my old club soccer coach called me Boat, and it's just like so random because like the nickname came back, but it's not like I told anyone.
Yeah.
It
It's
like,
just and it's stuck here. And
yeah, it just happened to come back, and now it's here again. it's just
Yeah, we don't even call you Daniel. Like when you refer to Daniel, I'm like, who is that?
it's
I have
weird
those
to them.
friends. It's
Zach's
yeah.
looking. He's like, what?
He's like,
Who's Daniel? Yeah.
No, like I was calling him. I was about to pick him up on the way over here. I was like, "Hey, so you're called Daniel Botros." I was like, that just felt weird coming off the tongue.
yeah. So I guess even Botros was too long. So you gotta
Yeah.
take it.
Boat.
Yeah, just boat.
I like it.
I like it. That's awesome. Who is the jokester of the team?
Brady.
Okay.
I'm surprised you even had to ask that reading the question.
I know. I
We
looked
got
at
a few
it.
more.
Yeah.
Who else would you say?
We got Charlie Carpy.
Yeah,
That's my
Carp.
boy. I love Charlie.
Yeah, shout out Carp. He's a
Yeah.
freshman. Love him.
I'd say there's a good group of guys that are.
We honestly
We have
like
fun with it.
when we're not like playing, like if we're not playing and losing is like running consequences, like practice is pretty fun. I'd say when we really lock in is like
Mhm.
when it's like 5v5 and if you lose you gotta go do lines or something like that's when, but like for the most part, like we're laughing around having a good time. Carp definitely brings up the energy.
Yeah, I like how we can be pretty energetic and fun while still being focused and competitive. It's two things that like kind of contradict each other, but we make it work. We made it a dynamic. It's pretty cool.
That's awesome. Wow. Who? Okay, last question from Brady. Who gets the most girls on the team?
Brady wants us to
I
say
feel-
Brady.
Yeah,
Brady
Brady wants to
wants to
say
say
Brady.
John.
I feel like we shouldn't say anyone. We would get him in trouble. That's like incriminating you almost. You don't know who's gonna be watching this.
That is true. Be careful.
They're
You don't
gonna-
have to answer,
they're
but
gonna
if
be
you
like-
do, it's
The girls are gonna
I
watch the
answered.
podcast and be like, John, I thought I was the only one.
yeah.
I'd say if I had to put like money on someone getting a girl's number, definitely not Daniel.
That's crazy.
Boat?
Who would you say?
Boat's
Like,
got
if you had $20 and you like,
John.
hey, you think John?
I think John.
If they had to get the number,
If they had to get the
had to
Well,
get the number.
John, I
I
don't
think
know.
John. Okay.
John's a sweetheart though. That's the thing about
Yeah.
John. He's such a good guy. You know what I'm saying? John isn't the type to just go out and start rizzing random chicks up.
Yeah.
You guys are discounting on me over here. You haven't seen the swing dancing moves.
Zach's got
Like,
tricks.
John's the pot of gold you have to dig for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's not for everyone.
Okay.
You got to earn John.
Who would you? Okay, like if we had $20 and we had to make a bet, like this person has to go get someone's number. You think are you going to give it to Brady?
I think
Really?
Brady
hard one.
would.
It's
give
because
him-
it's because he's goofy.
Yeah.
It's also he's
Brady-
tall. He's tall
I'm
too.
a-
Oh,
I'm gonna have
he's-
to say Brady.
Yeah.
I
He-
mean,
Brady
so-
would get the number.
6'5" and he's goofy.
Yeah.
I mean, Brady, kick him out, dude.
Kick him
I bet
out.
his head's inflated.
I was
right
gonna
now.
say.
Yeah.
I don't know. I put my money up against Brady though. Like if it was 1-on-1 and we were going for it, I'd give him a run for his money.
Competitor.
It was you and Brady.
Yeah, me and Brady.
That's a close one. I'd probably still take Brady.
That's fair. That's fair. Brady's not on this podcast though, so that.
This one comes from my buddy Trey Jones. This is an NFL question. What do you think is fair compensation from the Broncos for Sean Payton? Kind of a complete change up here.
Like the Saints coach, Sean.
Saints coach, yeah. Because this is gonna be the first time I've ever seen this, but a head coach is gonna probably be traded to coach somewhere. I don't know if you guys knew that. So he's not a free agent. The Saints have to trade him. Isn't that wild?
Fair compensation from the
Yeah.
Broncos, like what would be a fair trade for the Broncos to
Yeah. So
give in return for Sean Payton?
So yeah, rumors are saying that the Broncos want to hire him if he's interested.
I'd want to hire him. Great coach.
No love on Matt LaFleur.
No, okay. No. I'm just saying, like, I like Matt LaFleur a lot, but Sean Payton's a great coach too.
Yeah, I mean,
If I was in the situation where I needed a head coach, Sean Payton would be one of those
Sean's the
guys.
guy.
Can the Broncos afford a coach? That's my thing.
yeah, they're already down hella picks. I mean, I'm trying to think. It's got to be at least a first, like
Yeah.
next year.
They
Yeah,
don't
it'd
have
have to be
any.
draft picks. I don't
They-
think you could trade any. Like,
yeah, they
don't have any big name players besides Russ. And
So-
they gave away their first for Russ. They don't have.
Yeah, I mean, well, so they actually don't they have one from another? Apparently they do,
Do they?
because I know they got rid of one for Russ, but it was it the Trey Lance trade up or no? They stayed put. There was like another trade where they have another pick.
Okay.
Bradley
Dolphin?
Chubb. That's
what
right.
It was a
That's
couple
right.
Years ago.
Nice, Ryland. Let's go. Yeah. So I guess they do have one, but I think it's where the Dolphins are at. So it's like I think at 23 or.
Can you imagine you're the player that gets traded and you're like, oh, what'd they get for it? A coach.
So I guess
Flattered.
no
Honestly,
no
I'd be flattered.
no players are involved. It has to be picks.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
So could you
But can you
literally-
imagine the college kid who's about to get drafted? You're like, oh god, I'm gonna get traded for.
Yeah,
a
this
coach.
dude better be good.
6-year-old man.
Yeah, he's actually calling the plays. So.
As a Saints fan, I have to ask, how mad were you about that no call against the Rams? Like, were there holes in the wall? Like,
You said enough already.
No, they're.
I think that might be the worst no call in the history
Oh,
of
awful.
football.
It's still like I can still feel that sadness.
Yeah, sorry to bring it up. I haven't met a Saints
I
fan
just
for a
saw
while.
like a cloud of
Yeah.
darkness just go over him right after.
No,
that
it's
question.
it's a very sad topic. It's like, dude, I saw it and I was like, okay, like, duh. And then the refs just like, I'm like, no flag. I'm like, really, no flag? And dude, the whole sideline in New Orleans too. That place was just rocking. And did you Roby Coleman, the guy that made the hit after the game? They interviewed him. They're like, hey, like, you were involved. Did you think it was a penalty? And he goes, yeah, I laid them the fuck out. It was also targeting.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Do you think they were paid off, the refs?
I'm not saying they were, but it's a business, right? NFL's a business. What's a bigger market, Los Angeles or New Orleans?
Well said. Do you think the Saints would beat the Bengals, though?
The Saints would have whooped the Patriots that year.
Oh, it was the Patriots?
It was the
That's what-
Patriots.
oh,
Remember,
okay,
it was
yeah,
that Rams
okay,
Patriots
yeah.
Super Bowl was like 13-10.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
Dude, the Saints would have won.
Yeah.
I know they would have. Yeah, no, not a sensitive topic at all. And it makes it even better because the year before was the Diggs miracle.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
Sorry to bring it up.
No, it's good, dude. It's good. And real quick before we wrap up, Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers, yeah. Good question.
Yeah, let's get the microphone. Here we go. Nice and close for Nick.
Dude.
So what do you think from a Packers fan? We've said our respectful opinions. Is he retiring? Is he going to be a Packer? Is he going somewhere else? What does your gut say?
I think he's going somewhere else. But then again,
Okay.
that's what I was saying last year too. I didn't think he was going to stick with the Packers.
Do you think the Packers want to keep him? Or are they ready to move on to Love?
They're in a really tough spot because Love's going to request a trade
Exactly.
if he doesn't play. So I love Aaron Rodgers, but I don't know. I'm not ready for him to go, but I also want to see Jordan Love play.
Right.
If I had to pick, I'd take Rodgers, but I think it's just going to be the same thing every season where it's like, oh, am I staying? Am I leaving? Am I retiring?
Right.
So
Do you think he can? So last week we said Aaron Rodgers is 39. Do you think he could play till he's like Brady's age at 45?
I think he won't want to. He won't want to.
I was to say he's not the type of guy to
no,
do that.
not at all.
There's no
That
way.
we talked about that last week. He's not trying to chase Brady.
No.
That's
No.
one thing that.
He's definitely still got a couple good years left in him if they can actually give him some weapons.
He can sling it, dude.
But,
Yeah.
I think there's
yeah.
two ways. The Packers either need to decide they're rebuilding and starting with Jordan Love, or they need to commit to an Aaron Rodgers season.
Literally.
Because if we do the same thing we did last season, keep Aaron Rodgers, don't really give him any weapons, it's going to be the same thing. We're not going to make the playoffs.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah.
Devonta Adams, like, dude, he was
my
so
gosh.
big time.
Yeah. Bring Devontae back.
I'm sure he's saying that. Didn't he
Yeah.
kind of like shove him off? He was like, "Nah, we'll be good." Rodgers. Or
Uh,
how'd that whole relationship kind
I
of
think they're still good. I don't know exactly, but yeah. But now Devontae got screwed because Derek Carr's gone. or
Dude,
he's
that
gonna
poor
be
guy.
gone.
I saw.
He
I
got
saw
so
a
mad he
thing-
pushed a cameraman.
That's right.
That was
I forgot about that.
I saw a thing today on ESPN that said Brady's going to go to Vegas and Rodgers is going to go to Indy.
See, dude, I was telling you, dude, Vegas for Brady, it makes the most sense, dude. He should just call it.
That's
I-
That's what I said last week.
He's been like, dude, like, what else do you need?
He
You
got
lost your
pretty-
family.
yeah.
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 He got pretty pissed off yesterday. He said,
Oh, he was.
"If I knew what I was
pissed,
gonna, if I knew what I was gonna do, I'd fucking do it already."
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was pretty.
I saw
He
it.
was pretty upset.
Yeah. Matt LaFleur, is he the guy?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I like him. I mean, first 3 seasons he was what 39 and 9.
Mhm.
Pretty solid start.
Okay.
I think just getting. I think a lot of the moves made in the organization aren't from him. Like getting rid of Devontae, I don't necessarily think that
That's true.
came from him. I think he does a good job with what he's given.
Yeah.
I'm a Matt LaFleur fan.
Yeah. Who was your team?
Dolphins.
The Dolphins.
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough because being from Montana, we don't have any professional sports teams. So my
Right.
dad just loved Dan Mariano growing up, so I just kind of followed that. And I just more pick players for teams now. That's why I love Joe Burrow and then Devontae.
That's kind of how I am with like the NBA.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I'm a Lakers fan, but like it's hard to watch.
The same way, dude. I haven't seen it this whole season.
Yeah.
It's just tough to watch.
It is. And it's like, it's honestly, it was ever since LeBron came over and then ever since Kobe retired and then he passed away, RIP. It's just, I don't know, the Lakers games just haven't hit the same.
It's not the same.
And ever since they blew up the young core, like the young core was fun to watch. Like we brought up with like the soccer teams.
Yeah, like
You know?
with
Yeah.
Kuzma, Lonzo,
Yeah, Kuzma, Alonso, even Ingram, Julius Randle, Jordan Clarkson, and then
Josh Hart.
Josh, list goes on. And then, dude, they send them all away and they all just flourish.
And they all start balling out.
They all start balling out.
And then we take Russell Westbrook.
Yep.
He's gonna win.
Yep.
He's gonna win 6th Man of the Year, though. I bet.
He's hooping on the
Turn it
off the
around.
bench.
Yeah,
I will give it
He's
to
had a
him.
good year.
He is actually good off the bench.
I was
Yeah.
not really happy about that signing, if I'm going to be honest.
It was a weird
Yeah.
fit initially. LeBron, like we got the championship, but then ever since, like,
Talking about that championship, I called it. I called that 2017. So, right?
ooh,
It was before
2017.
So before LeBron even came over, I saw that young core and I was like, I like these guys. I'm gonna write it in my notes right now. 2020 NBA champ. It's still in my notes. I can show you guys after. But yeah, I called it.
Let's
I
go,
just had to
dude.
Flex.
3 years out.
3 years out.
That's impressive.
I know.
Do you count is the championship equal to a normal championship because it was in the bubble?
Dude, someone had to win, right?
I'm saying, like, is it equal? Just because someone had to win doesn't mean it's the same
I don't know why
type.
people say that. Like they call it like the Mickey Mouse championship. And I'm just like,
La Mickey.
hey, just because there was no fans doesn't mean they weren't competitive. Like still, all the NBA teams competed for it. So.
Yeah. Well, thank you boys for coming on. Make sure to follow me on Instagram. You got the Instagram handles in my story. Keaton, another great episode, my man. And a huge shout out to Pub Beer. Thanks to Zach. Brought in, or anyone else. Were you guys still affiliated or
No.
just Zach? Well, shout out Pub Beer. Cheap fun. Drink up. It's good stuff.
Drink responsibly.
Drink responsibly, yes. Make sure to go. Yep.
Follow the social medias. The TikTok, we'll link it. The Twitter and the Instagram.
Yes, and the Instagram. Make sure to check that all out as well. Go to their games. Lincoln Turf Field off Lincoln and University starts March 4th, if I remember that correctly.
February 22nd.
February 22nd.
February 25th.
25th.
February 25th.
Yeah.
Make sure to check it out. I'm your host, Ryan Sieckert, co-host Keaton Davis, behind the cameras. Ryland Dawson makes it happen. We'll see y'all next week. Much love.
Not a game. We talking about practice.
Now it's time for the takeover.
Buckle up for Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant just sucked the gravity out of the target center.
Not the game. We talking about practice, man.
That big strike play. Dodgers have won it all in 2020. Oh, what a shot from Curry. Diggs, sideline, touchdown.
The return to glory.
Now it's time for the takeover.
Well, Dick, here's the deal. I'm the best there is, plain and simple. I mean, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence. If you ain't first, you're last.